So you guys see that floor lamp behind me? Let's talk about it. This is the DeckTok Smart RGBWW floor lamp, and I've been using it for over 3 weeks now, not just for testing, but also in like my shorts and full-length videos. I've been mainly using it for backlighting in my setup, and honestly, it's been doing a pretty good job, but is it worth the $80 price tag? When it comes to unboxing and setup, the lamp comes in a compact box and arrives in 3 separate aluminum pieces that you just screw together. The build is solid and setup is super simple. It literally took me like under 5 minutes and it was done. The LED itself comes as a flexible light strip that you press into the frame, and there's a connector at the base that powers the whole thing. So everything you need is included in the box. Once you connect the connector to the LED, it will power up. Once you set it up though, you can connect to the DeckTok app on your phone. From there, you get the full control over brightness, colors, scene modes, and music sync options. All of that is available on the app. Moving on to the design and build quality, the DeckTok floor lamp has a minimalistic, modern aesthetic that blends well into pretty much any room, whether you're putting it in your bedroom, living room, or home office. It has like a slim footprint, so it doesn't take up too much space, but there is a heavy and sturdy base which keeps it stable, so even if you like accidentally bumped into it, it wouldn't trip over easily. I also appreciate the aluminum profile, which not only looks premium, but also feels durable. Overall, it's a clean, simple, and designed to enhance your space without being distracting. All right, let's talk about the actual light performance and how bright it actually gets. So the lamp is surprisingly powerful for its size. It outputs up to 1500 lumens and uses deeply set lamp beads that give you broader, softer wall washes, perfect for like creating mood lighting. And I love doing this in my desk and also my setup. The lights you see in the back are created by this lamp, and honestly, I really love it. So you get 12 independently controllable RGBWW segments, meaning you can mix up to 16 million colors and fine-tune whites between 2700K to 6500K. So whether you want like a warm, cozy vibe or like a bright daylight feel, it adapts instantly. I've mainly been using it as like my backlighting for my videos, and it's been perfect for that. Like, it adds that extra pop of color and depth to my scenes, and I absolutely love it. When it comes to the smart features and app control, now this is where the lamp really shines. Like, inside the DeckTok app, you get over 44 preset scene modes for quick ambience changes. There are 9 music sync modes where lights pulse to the beat. There's custom color palettes, timers and scheduling, and multi-segment customization for advanced effects. So you can like customize this guy as much as you want. You can go crazy with it. There's also voice control support, so you can control it to Google Home or Alexa. However, here's where I found a slight drawback. When using Google Home, you only get basic controls like turning it on and off, adjusting brightness, and setting a single color. You don't get access to the multicolor effects, the music sync, or advanced presets. If you want those, you have to use their app. It's not always convenient because I have multiple lights and I want to control them all through the Google Home app, but I have to open their app to enable the other settings. So that is a bit of an inconvenience. I don't know if that's like company's fault or if that's on Google's end. Anyways, that being said though, the app itself is intuitive, responsive, and super easy to navigate. It remembers your last settings, so even if you like unplug the lamp, it will power back on the same colors and brightness when you put it back in power. Let's talk about the music sync and ambience. The lamp has 9 music sync modes that make the lights pulse and shift based on the sound around you. It works, but I will be honest, it's not perfectly in sync with the beat at all times. I think it's picking up sound through my phone mic rather than syncing directly via Bluetooth, which explains the slight delay. It's still a cool feature to have though, like for parties, gaming, or movie nights, but it's not my main use case. I prefer using the custom color palettes and ambient scene modes instead. So those are my go-to. I don't think the music one is perfect, but I mean, still kind of moves. I'm sure there are other form of lights that are better for music sync than this floor lamp. I think this is more just for like, you know, if you want a mix of colors or you want like a single color mode, I think it performs well in those color modes. All right, so let's talk about the price and value. So the DeckTok floor lamp retails for $79.99, so $80. Personally, I think it's a bit pricey, especially when you compare it to other RGB floor lamps on the market. However, considering the build quality, app functionalities, light performance, and customization installation options, I do think it is worth it. Like if you can find it on sale, which would make it a way better deal. Like if you spot a 10 to 20% discount, it makes it an even better deal, and I would highly recommend it at those prices. Moving over to the pros and cons. When it comes to the pros, you know, you have a premium aluminum build with a stable heavy base. There's 12 RGBWW segments with 16 million plus colors and tunable whites. There's 1500 lumens, bright enough for ambient and accent lighting. There's over 44 scene modes and 9 music modes. It's easy to set up and intuitive when it comes to the application to control the lights. And then it works with, you know, the modern Google Home and Alexa. And lastly, it remembers your last settings. So those are all pros, and honestly, I love the design of it. It's a very simple, minimalistic design, goes with any room or any setting that you place it in. When it comes to the cons, there are just few. I do think it's slightly expensive at $80. The music sync could be more accurate. The Google Home integration is limited. I wish it had all the features that their official app has, but it does not. So that is kind of disappointing at times, but it's not a deal breaker because you can always just open their app and do all that through their app. So I end up just using their app anyways. And the last con is I wish it had a physical remote rather than just the app as a control. So they do have a turn on and off that's connected to the light, but it's not necessarily a physical remote that you can control it from distance. You have to go, you know, next to the light and then, you know, grab the wire and then turn that on if you want to use that. But it would have been nice to have a separate physical remote so you can control it from anywhere, because sometimes I don't have my phone, or my phone is dead, or like I'm using it to film something, and it would be nice to have a separate remote. All in all, after using the DeckTok smart lamp for over 3 weeks, I can confidently say it does exactly what it promises and more. So the design is clean, modern, the colors are vibrant, and the app is powerful, and it really enhances like the overall vibe of any space or any environment you put it in. If you want something that can like transform your room's atmosphere, especially for content creation, movie nights, or gaming setups, like this is a solid buy. Just grab it, especially if you can find it on sale, which would make it a way better deal. Well, that's it for today's review, guys. If you found this helpful, definitely drop a like, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel for more tech reviews, tips, and tricks. As always, have a superb day, and thanks for watching.